if I was to leave and I'm on a casual hike, what's the most important things to have in my pockets and bring Garrett in?
Okay, well, you know, if you're out on a hike and things to have in your pocket, and I'm a big one on having stuff in your pocket to survive on. You can have a little pocket knife for slivers and stickers and things like that, and but you need to have a big pocket knife that's 4.5, 5 inches long, like the old Buck knives. I think it was a 110. They're very durable, they're tough, they're sturdy, and but you need something to make a fire with. I take the hand sanitizer. You know, and you know, if you're out metal detecting, and a lot of people, you know, it's like a poor old dog on a rabbit trail. You know, they get a wind of that rabbit and off they go. And when you're metal detecting, you know, you lose track of time. You're having fun. You might be finding traces of gold. You might even find some little nuggets. And you know, if you can just get upstream a little ways, you're going to find bigger nuggets. I believe in Australia a few years ago, the biggest nugget ever found was 16 pounds. Okay, that's big. That is so huge. It's got to be worth a couple $1 million, because it's not a pile of gold. It's not coins. It's not a bunch of nuggets. It's one nugget. It weighs 16 pounds. It was big, you know. Garrett happens to be some folks that I kind of know. And I actually was down in Six Flags, Texas, and I ran into a guy, John, who is the videographer for Garrett. And we were talking, but anyway, he noticed the hat. And I got the hat. I tell him I come by it honestly, and how's that? Well, I drove from Cheyenne, Wyoming, all the way to Kennewick, Washington, to go to a metal detector hunt, just so I could be involved and watch and look, and I bought a metal detector, and it wasn't a Garrett, but it's probably going to be one of these days. So anyway, John and I talked, and I told him that I'd get a hold of him and you know, visit with him a little bit. So he's known the Garrett family for, I think, about 30 years, and just really swears by the product. If you've been through an airport, you've been through a Garrett metal detector. And so they're big, they're little, they're very personal, you know, metal detectors for finding coins and jewelry and stuff like that. And then they make the big detectors, you know, for buildings. So I would suggest that you look up Garrett. I think they're a good product. A lot of the people that I know at the hunt out in Kennewick were using Garrett machines that were 20 years old. They looked very, very unsophisticated. They looked very old. They were a little on the bulky side. But when it came to finding the 100,000 coins that they had hid in this big field, the guys that had just as many of those coins and prizes as anybody else were those 20-year-old Garrett machines. Why? They learned to listen to the beeps. And when you learn what the beeps mean, what they sound like, and you learn what's in the ground and how deep it is, and what the likelihood is that a diamond ring, a gold ring, an old coin, or a pop top off a beer can. That's important, because you don't dig up the pop tops.